Now, I heard, or I'm reading some of my commentators or Tinubu supporters on my thread saying that I hate Yorubas, I abuse Yorubas. Please, let it be very clear. There is no time. If there's a video where you see me abusing the Yoruba people, please bring it. What I said in my video is that all those supporting Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man, God punish you. All of Ori Oda. And I repeat it again. All those Yoruba people supporting Tinubu because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, your Ori is Oda. I repeat it over and over again. Because, like I maintained in most of my videos, we cannot sustain this sham, this rubbish government because we want to massage your ethnic political chauvinism. It won't work that way. How can you look beyond somebody's evil, beyond somebody's criminality, and you say he's our president because Tinubu till 2031? It is sweet now, Abi. Somebody want to go come now, you go to cry, go remind you how you do this one. So you tell me, since merit no longer matters because you are a Yoruba man. Please, I am not against Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man. I am against Tinubu because he's a failure, a whopping failure. In fact, there's no failure that has. In fact, any Yoruba person where they back Tinubu because Tinubu na Yoruba person, may God punish him. Now me talk, I know how I talk him. I talk him exactly as it be for my mind. Some of you should learn how to travel, I beg. You don't travel, you just spend all your life within that Yoruba community and you think life revolves around your interest in Yoruba. Please learn to be traveling out. That is why even when you go out, you don't like mixing up with people. You just revolve around yourself. I remember when I did my NYC camp, they're supposed to provide an opportunity for people to mix around. Yeah? You find some of them just gathering in one place. I can't forget immediately my experience in Ilure and Ibadan. Like I said, being a Yoruba man is not a cause where you say, okay, this is our own, we must defend him by all means. No, this is Nigeria and it belongs to everybody. If we begin to, make our decisions based, if our decisions as Nigerians is controlled by our ethnic proclivities, then we are doomed. Then we are doomed. Please, I am open for a debate. If you know that you can debate me on why Tinubu is a good president, please, I'm open. Any Yoruba person, no matter how, even if you're a professor, I'm open for a debate. I challenge you. If you are able to defeat me by constructive intellectual perspectives, I will drop my page and I will start campaigning for Tinubu. I throw that challenge open. How do you support a man that his philosophy is criminal? Grab it. By all means, grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. A president will ask, what would you do for the country? It's on the first day, he will hit the ground running. Second day, he will keep running. Third day, he will not stop running. He's making a mockery of governance, turning a whole Asu Rock into a comedy stage, taking everything as a joke. I watched one video clip where it's like somebody went to his front to climb a place, say, where are you going? Why will you come back? It's like the man is just basking in the fulfillment of power. How can a man be lying? We are dying. Sorry, we are emaciating. We are suffering, and this man is telling the world that corruption has reduced. When corruption indeed is at its highest. This one that they do, some Europe. This one that they do is very, very bad. I had always thought that our problem was religion, but I never knew that the biggest problem we had is tribalism. The biggest problem we have is tribalism, and it's far more dangerous than religion. Because tribalism is the most wicked thing, that this thing is bad, but because the person perpetrating this evil is my tribesman, you say, okay, let him continue. You begin to show up your faces, accusing people that the mere fact that you think because I insult Tinubu, I'm insulting Yoruba, that is even the painful thing about him, which means the basis for your supporting Tinubu is because he's a Yoruba man. So that means Tinubu represents Yoruba people. That's why you feel bad. Anytime they abuse Tinubu, you think they're abusing Yoruba. Anybody of Yoruba extraction that is supporting Tinubu because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, because Tinubu is Tiwani, and those that, if you think your support for Tinubu is based on the fact that he's a Yoruba man, please read my lips. God will punish you now. If you are a Yoruba man and you are able to see through your religious cocoon and notice that Tinubu is a failure and you are willing to vote him out, may God bless you. You are saved. Flesh and blood did not bring you to that place. Only God, the God's favor, can bring you to that. But how can we allow? What is this? So Igbo is your problem. Igbo is your problem. Please keep your hatred for Igbos and this thing alone, and let Nigeria breathe. Please let this old goofy old man leave that as well, and let us begin to get some breath of.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says in the video that his government has met its annual revenue target months ahead of schedule. Meaning that more revenue will be coming from the remaining months. Meaning that the revenue target has overshot government's expectation, meaning that this government is keeping somewhere huge sums of money. Because according to President Tinubu, it's not yet talking about oil revenue, but non-oil revenue. So the government has met its annual revenue budget months ahead of schedule. You are talking of huge sums of money, and not counting revenue from oil. So, but of course, when you say fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, and yet sinking Nigeria in debts, that means our Nigerians are asking, where are the subsidies gone? Where are they gone? To where are they gone? So there's no doubt that this government is stinkingly rich. And if so, why are workers' unions threatening strike? Because of government's failure to meet its financial promises and obligations. You want to talk of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities or the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Polytechnics, not to mention resident doctors or associations of nurses and midwives, education and health-related institutions, workers. So it means that this government is deliberately creating mass abject poverty, as can be seen in its paying workers less than living wage on a general note. You see it. So, and now the workers' unions or workers are asking for living wage. You are proposing to them loan. You want to make loan available to them rather than give them living wage, so that you can continue to control your mounting revenue without relieving the workers of suffering, through which the general populace can benefit from business interactions. So here we are. And you ask yourself, why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu telling Nigerians what he would rather not tell them? That his government has met its revenue target for the year months ahead of schedule. Because the economy is not buoyant. Workers are complaining. So, well, the reason Tinubu is saying it is clear. He wants to get elected, whether the economy is booming or not. Because if government is making so much revenue beyond its imagination, and the economy is not booming, more so, Nigerians don't know it until you tell them that you are making a lot of money, that you have met your revenue target months ahead of schedule. Nigerians are not feeling it. They are not seeing it. You are the one telling them. Meaning that you are creating mass abject poverty deliberately, and not that the money is not there. But of course, when you say fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, where are they gone? To where are they gone? To your pocket. And now you are saying this so that Nigerians can be happy without seeing or experiencing what you are talking about in their lives. So you want to praise yourself so that Nigerians can re-elect you, irrespective of your age, because you are not performing, irrespective of the fact that you are less concerned about insecurities, because insecurity is expanding, as Atiku Abubakar rightly said. Kwara State, for instance, is now experiencing what it did not used to experience. What we used to hear about Kogi, about Niger State, is now happening in Kwara State, expansion. But of course, new terrorist organizations have expanded to Nigeria under the reign of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the ground is fertile for it. Worsening mass abject poverty, leading to criminal instincts being effected, put into action. Again, because the ground is fertile for it. Mushrooming armed bandits, even unheard of terrorist organizations like Kurawa and terrorist organizations like that. Imagine. More and more terrorist kingpin. Imagine. Names that we never heard before until now. Why? Because the country is in total mess. I mean, just take it from first subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone. So what is left for Nigerians to really enjoy? And now those who have the mind are relocating to suffering outside the country. Others take up arms to force people to surrender their possessions, or they are kidnapped to get ransom, or villages and communities are ravaged by terrorists And Tinubu is not talking about, but to glorify himself that his government has met its revenue target months ahead of schedule. So, Nigerians, with particular reference to opposition politicians, please put your acts together, unite, give Nigeria a presidential candidate that they can see is reasonable, is not too old, and can be benefited to do the will of the people. And as I keep saying, I don't see any other than Peter Obi representing North, South, and Zonal Justice. And I say his shortcomings, continue to mention them to his hearing and to the hearing of those who are close to him. And with particular reference to the politicians that we feel them to be on his neck to do the right thing. Because a tree does not make a forest. Aha. So if the people say this is what they want, he will have no option. In 2015, Nigerians massively voted against Jonathan because he offered nothing than war against the Boko Haram Muslim community in his 4 years. War and poverty characterized Jonathan's presidency, 2011 to 2015. No gainsaying. Brutality. So some people are saying he's a gentleman. He instigated the Christian Association of Nigeria against the Boko Haram Muslim community for his own political survival. He promised 4 years, a single term of 4 years. Upon getting power, he wanted to change it to change Nigeria's constitution to 7 years of single rule. Nigeria rejected it. So what is gentle about Jonathan? If Jonathan were gentle, as I said in another video, he would not even have contested for election in 2011, knowing that Yar'Adua did not complete his 4 years coming from the northwest, and that time southwest rotation was in vogue. Yes, it happened in 1999, 2003, and 2007. 4 years after, in 2011, Jonathan said there was nothing like that. And somebody can open his mouth and say Jonathan is a gentleman. Where is your sense of, where is your knowledge of history? Where is your sincerity of purpose? But Tinubu is eulogizing himself to sensitize Nigerians to re-elect him, as did Muhammadu Buhari. But don't forget what happened when Buhari got his second term. The economy became worse. Fuel price went up to unimaginable levels, only for Tinubu to say fuel subsidy is gone. Therefore, 3 times of what Buhari sold fuel that Nigerians were crying, Tinubu took it to triple. So, from brutality to brutality, 2015 till date. And somebody say we should continue with APC and Tinubu. But we need the opposition political parties to think of North, South, and Zonal Justice. Field Peter Obi. Being on him to do the right thing should not be a problem for you chieftains of the political party that feels him. And for the rest of Nigerians to know that politicization of Islam and Christianity will not carry us to anywhere, but retrogressing us, as it were. To the extent our leader can remove subsidy from basic necessities of life to be funding pilgrimage boards and subsidizing pilgrimages for privileged Christians and Muslims, not for poor people. Even all these insecurities, who are dying more? Who are dying more than Muslims? And they are the ones who say that Islam must be politicized. And Christians only say, well, okay, if you do it for Islam, you must do it for Christianity. Otherwise, Christianity has no reason to say that, because go to Europe and America, that's not the situation. What the mess we have here with Christianity and Islam, you don't have it in Europe and America. It used to be, but they came to their senses. But Islam is now siding on our way to say that Islam and Christianity must be imposed on the nation. You know, there's nowhere we are going with that. We can only keep entrenching Nigeria in mess, as it were. Go to Libya, go to other places like that, so we need to be careful. Our opposition political parties, we beg again, Atiku Abubakar, to bury his presidential ambition. It is not a ticket to heaven. And the way it's going, it may land in hell, because he doesn't want to consider that a fellow Northerner had just served 8 years, and that the South should also be allowed to serve 8 years. Issue of justice, common sense. How can you say you want to be president because you want to, and you are the only person who can do it? Now when you die, Nigeria will die, or what are you talking about? But you others, Nigerians in 2027, will look to what you do to support you massively, or back out massively. As simple as that.
You see, anybody insulting or talking down or bringing in ethnicity, tribal war into this failed administration, the person he said has failed. It doesn't have sense of reasoning. That's how I say, because we get a lot of messages like that attacking you from here and there. Messages there coming to your phones every time, insult. Always try to bring me to ethnicity, saying because it is a Yoruba man that is really. That's why you guys are complaining. Because when Buhari was there, what did you do? Igbo man will never rule this country. Hey, excuse me, says who? Nobody is I'm not a biased person. I'm not talking about ethnicity. We are talking about the individual ruling the country that has failed, that have brought about this problem to other region, right? That's what we are saying. Tinubu has failed. It's unfortunate that Tinubu is from Yoruba, representing number one man in the country, is doing this. You don't expect other regions to keep quiet now. Why keep quiet? Keep Tinubu, give him time, opportunity to waste all the resources that Nigeria has, or what? If you are okay with suffering, other regions are not okay with suffering. If you are good with this way of Tinubu's administration is favoring you because it is from your tribe, it doesn't mean whether you belong to any political party, whether you are okay feeding well, whether you can afford to feed yourselves. It doesn't mean anything to you. You are used to suffering. I'm not used to suffering. I'm used to soft life. Do you understand? So if it is good for you, then fine. It's not good for us. Since it's not good for us, we have to complain. We have to complain. Millions of people are dying daily because of Tinubu's failure, because of Tinubu. That word, INEC declared Tinubu winner of the past election overnight, has brought a lot of problems to this country. Till today, we are still facing this problem. Then Supreme Court that have been monetized, validated what INEC said. All of them, they are regretting. They are everything that has said. I've never lied about this government. Everything that has said about this government from day one to today, they all come to pass. If I am a pastor, prophet, you say I'm a prophet. That everything I choose, they see everything I don't. They talk about this government. See, they all come to pass. So leave ethnicity. We are talking about good governance. That Tinubu has failed. We cannot close our allow this same person to come again. What do you expect if he comes back again in 2027? Come on now. You are used to suffering. People, other tribes are not used to suffering. What are we gaining? What has this government done for the citizens of this country? It just come from day one. Come on now. I don't know how some people reason. I think this issue of ethnicity, tribal war, hatred, this and the religion, this every problem. Anyways, talking about 2027 election and article this and this and that. I don't know if Atiku feels like it is his birthright that he must rule before he dies. I don't know if there is any agreement between him and his ancestors, or if there is any agreement between him and somebody that he needs to fulfill the agreement that he must be a president before he goes to the other side. I don't know. If not, what is Atiku with business with the president? That is to say, are you the only person who is qualified from the north, that if not you, there will be no other person from the north again? Is that what you're saying? So do we really, now we say, okay, this and this and that. I don't understand. When you continue to talk about one thing, like, I don't know why people not they understand. Why some people do not think the same way. Other people who truly want to make this country work, why they not think the same way. Our problem is just this unity. We are so divided. We don't reason. It's even because of this unity. That's the reason why Tinubu is still in position until today. We start blaming it to ethnicity, religion, this and that. I could remember when Tinubu newly started this administration that is still causing problem, this man said something. Olise Agbakoba, the former NBA president, isn't it? Olise Agbakoba, Sam. He said he proposed a lot of solutions that what Tinubu needs to do first, because before he even talk of any other thing, he said he should first of all make peace for this country. That this country is so divided, especially the way they conducted this election. People are not happy. People are angry. You need to call all the chief traditional rulers, all the clergymen, all the traditional rulers, all the Christian association, all the leaders, all of them from different regions. You need to first of all call all of them, call a special meeting, bring all of them together, unite them first before you think of other things. That this country, they are so divided because of the way they conducted this election, because of what INEC did, that especially the youth, they are not happy. If Tinubu truly want to make this country great, at that time people are still believing in his administration, or that he was going to do well. He said no, you need to first of all make peace first. That these traditional rulers, the chief, or the security agencies, bring all of them together, make peace with them, because security is local, it's not international. Security is local. So first of all, you need to do this so that there will be peace for you to govern this country, if truly you mean well for the country. He never did any of those things. Mr. Sam Olise Agbakoba, he suggests a lot of things though. Tinubu has not done anything. Nothing he has done to unite this country. Now every time, that's why you see every time now the Yorubas, because I don't like saying the Yoruba Igbo. We see every time Yoruba. If not Yoruba versus Igbo today, it will be Northerner versus Igbo. If every time they are always looking for who to blame for Tinubu's failure. Now, of recent is Abike Dabiri. How would you expect a high-profile person like Abike be too so low to be talking rubbish concerning what he said on social media? When you look at them, you see like these people, do they have reasons to come into government? It's not done any other places. It's only here in Nigeria. Anyways, election is coming again, 2027. These are lessons we are all learning. We are learning, and we if we are talking about who is going to bring. Who is going to take over? Everybody want to Tinubu out of office. Who is that person to take over? If you want Atiku to come back, I mean Atiku to take over, what is different between Atiku and Tinubu? What is different between Atiku and Buhari? There's nothing different about them. Fulani, you want to give power back to Fulani. Atiku that is even tribal. Even during the election, you see the way Atiku were campaigning. When you speak today, before you know, because everybody has said, why would you say like that? Before you know, you go and delete his tweets. Is that the person you want? We need a technocrat, somebody who can unite everybody, the regions together, just like I've explained. That's the first thing you need to do. People see reason not to hate. Nnamdi Chuku is not your problem. It's not your problem. Femi Dolakbo is not Nnamdi Chuku's problem. Nnamdi Chuku, Emeka Chidioke is not Mohammed's problem. Do you understand? They are not. Government, the failure of this country, the failure of the government leadership is our problem. Generally, is our problem that make us to see and make us now we are not seeing ourselves as enemy. See this tribe is seeing this tribe as enemy. The other tribe is seeing this one as enemy because they have not been able to unite us together. Do you understand? So Okechukwu is not Femi Dolakbo's problem. Femi Dolakbo's problem is not the problem of Musa. Musa shouldn't be a problem to the Igbo man. Because government has failed their responsibility. People are not talking about ethnicity, religion, hatred, tribal war, all those things. Other countries are not like that. They see themselves as one. We need to first of all unite, see us as one. We are one Nigeria. If we don't want to divide, let us see ourselves as one before we even talk about the development of this country. Otherwise, this will continue and there will be no development. What do you think? Please share this video and please subscribe to this YouTube channel.